All right, we will get started just in a minute here. Excellent. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this year's promotion and graduation ceremonies. Woo! Yeah, that's right. And I'm in awe. Look around. Everyone looks so nice for graduation. Our students always come out strong. I love how they get so dressed up. Thank you, students and parents, and everybody looking so smart tonight. Some of our teachers as well, suited up. It's brilliant. And these decorations are fantastic. So thank you, Marcia and the prom committee team, for putting this together. It's lovely, and it makes it really special. I certainly am feeling the love tonight, I have to say. And I have to tell you that this may be hard to believe, but graduation makes me a bit emotional. I am really happy tonight. And it's not just the thought of not having to deal with teenagers for an entire month. So that makes me a little happy. It really is because I'm lucky to be here with you. And I'm lucky to be a part of this each and every year, and lucky to see the growth. And it's fantastic, so thank you. We will be saying goodbyes for now, but just think, students, of all the new beginnings. And just think about starting school again in August. Silence in the students. But, okay, I'll try to keep it together nonetheless. We have a lot to celebrate tonight. We celebrate the promotion of our middle years program students, our DP and CD grade 11 students, and yeah, of course, our special graduates will be celebrating tonight. Are all almost taller than me, I see back there. And we'll also be saying goodbye to some teachers for now, and some students who will be moving on to their next adventure, and we wish them the absolute best of luck and hope that they remember their time at Cedar with fondness, fun, and love. Well, let's get on with it, shall we? To begin our evening, we will most definitely need to fill those seats. We will need the graduates. So would everyone please join me? I'm actually already standing, but would everyone please rise? That is with great pleasure to welcome the distinguished class of 2017 to the stage. Right, there they are, looking wonderful. I'm going to ask you to please stay standing because we're going to begin tonight's ceremony with our national anthem and our territorial song. And I would like to introduce to the stage our very own Generation Y finalists, Kathleen Archibald Drew and Jade Hodge.
Check.
Second mic. Do you want to? Can you share? You can cut the music if that would be, yeah, the music. Thank you. We cut.
Okay.
And our Generation Y finalists.
God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. God save our Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our Queen. Out of the heights of history's pain, our ancestors bled and died. But with strength and willpower we overcame to restore the Virgin Islands' pride. To preserve our beauty we devised a plan to maintain ownership of this precious land. Educating your people is the golden key to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. May God richly bless this territory. May we ask three things of thee. Courage for our great leaders, that they may rule our destinies. We ask for wisdom for our people, that they may live in harmony. And understanding for our children, that they may cherish this legacy. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
Wow. I hope everybody could hear that, because talent like that can overcome technical difficulties. So very well done, ladies. All right, good evening, and welcome to Cedar's 2017 Secondary Awards and Commencement Ceremony. As Cedar's director, I'd like to acknowledge our distinguished guests on stage, and all the parents and grandparents, siblings, family members and friends in the auditorium, and those family members and friends watching online from around the world, teachers and staff, board members, and of course the students, with particular acknowledgement in this case to the class of 2017. Thank you all for being with us this evening. Per tradition, tonight's ceremony will be divided into two parts. The first will focus on students in grades 6 through 11 as we promote them to the next grade and hand out some special annual awards to recognize student excellence. And then the second part of the evening will be the graduation ceremony, where the focus will rightly shift to Cedar's class of 2017. And I will have the opportunity to speak about them a little later, so I'll save my remarks for now and will simply offer my congratulations to all of our students for their hard work and achievements this year. I'll also offer my thanks to the teachers and staff at Cedar who have challenged and guided our students so effectively throughout the year. And I'll say a big thank you to all the Cedar parents, with a particular nod to the efforts of the PTA Council for being such supportive partners along the way. And now it is my pleasure to invite back to the podium the very hardworking, committed, and thoughtful leader of Cedar Secondary School, Mr. Pasco, so he can begin the promotion ceremony for grades 6 through 11.
Thank you. So we will begin the secondary promotion part of the ceremony this evening, as well as recognizing the students who earned honor roll or honor roll with distinction the second semester. We will also recognize the recipients of the secondary grade level awards. There are 3 categories for the secondary grade level awards, which include the award for academic achievement, which is given to the student who demonstrates outstanding academic achievement in his or her grade. We will also give out the award for most improved, which is given to the student who shows significant improvement during the course of the year. And the Cedar Service as Action Award, which is given to the student who exceeds the community service requirement for his or her grade level, is a positive member of the school community, and displays a caring attitude towards others. So those are the 3 grade level awards you'll hear tonight as well. I will ask if you hold your applause to the end of each grade level's promotion, and then clap really loud. So without any further ado, at this time I would like to introduce Mrs. Julia Maduro to come up to the podium and promote the grade 6 class, also known as the class of 2023. So come on up. Students to follow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to recognize the protocol already established. Grade 6, good evening. It was a pleasure being your homeroom teacher for the last school term. You were great organizers, very respectful, and awesome helpers. I've watched you groom into a group of lovely young people. I trust that you will all continue to shine and aim high as always. It was a joy to nurture you along the way, and I say, shine on. At this time, I'll call the names. Zara Bernardini Crossman, Kindy Bisham Honor Roll, Johannes Block, Aiden Bryden, he also receives a Service as Action Award. Freya Childs, Laura Delosio Honor Roll, Enya Glasgow, Megan Hales Honor Roll and Most Improved Award, Zach Hallett, Sophia Jara Academic Achievement Award, Gabrielle Jemim Honor Roll, Thomas Kine, Ariel Mohammed Honor Roll, Chancellor Nita Honor Roll, Darcy Wright Honor Roll, Isaac Sutherland Pilch, Felix Thorpe, Kalani Williams, Takara Wood Honor Roll, Parag Yadav, grade 6.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Maduro. At this time, would the grade 7S homeroom teacher, Miss Woodman, and the class of 2022 come to the stage, please?
Good evening. From the moment grade 7S started this school year, there has been a passion for life and with that learning. Each one of them is unique, and together they create a fun, quirky, and affectionate class. Throughout the year, I've had the privilege in facilitating the growth, and we've had some extremely memorable moments. This class is not only clever and inquisitive, but they are also caring, inclusive, and just. In a reflection we did at the end of the year, I learned from them that although life is sometimes a busy blur, there are quite a few lollipop moments, or special moments, to cherish. I am so pleased to know that most will be returning next year, and for those that are moving on and away, I say, cool runnings, or peace be your journey. Now, without further ado, the first student is Indy Abrams, who has earned honor roll with distinction. Leah Bagwadez, who has earned honor roll. Jaleel Cameron. Hold your applause until the end, please. Jesse Cook. Arthur Dick Reed. Tatiana Foy, who has earned honor roll with the Academic Achievement Award. Tanya George. Janaya Harrigan, who has earned honor roll with distinction. Zachariah Jackson. Georgia German, who has earned the Most Improved Award. Connor McCallum. Michael Palladino. Alejandro Santos. Sorry. And Naja Vitug, who has earned the Honor Roll and Services Action Award. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Woodman. At this time, would the grade 7C homeroom teacher, Mr. Coach John Riley, and the class of 2022 come to the stage?
Good evening, everyone. Today is one of those great occasions. I best put these on, I can't see a thing. In denial again. Today is one of those great occasions when we get to celebrate our young people, their achievements, their perseverance, and their successes as they grow up. It's one of the times you can take a break and reflect, feeling good as a parent or as a mentor, knowing that the kids you care about are doing just fine and they're on the right path. Your families are very proud of you. So am I. And don't be frightened, one thing, don't be frightened to ask them for money afterwards, okay? You'll be fine. I've seen how you'll grow to be a little bit more independent, become leaders, and learn how to make your decisions and reflecting on those decisions. We've had some very interesting conversations collectively and individually, and every one of them brings a smile to my face. And sometimes I've also shaken my head in disbelief, but always a smile afterwards, a big, big smile afterwards. To all grade 7, keep learning and have fun. The first student to be called, Aidan Abednego, Kyoja Burke, Lucacello, Gabriella De Angelis, Honor Roll with Distinction, a Most Improved Award. Alex Fox, Angel George, Honor Roll with Distinction and Academic Achievement Award. Nathan Haycraft, Richard Henry, Asanji McCall, Kyle LaRousse, Karen Simmons, Diani Sylvester, Ashley Wright, Honor Roll and Service as Action Award.
All right, congratulations, 7th graders, soon to be 8th graders. So yeah, 8th graders. At this time, I'd like the 8Z homeroom teacher, Mr. Kumar, in the class of 2021, come to the stage, please.
Good evening, everyone. The class of 2021, the grade 8Z class, is truly a fantastic class. They are demanding, hardworking, and they excel at so many things. They are unique in their own ways. When I think of grade 8Z, I think of kind, caring, encouraging, loving, and truly amazing. I think of a class that would help everyone through their toughest time and help them get back onto their feet. They will definitely become great leaders of the school in years to come. They get what Cedar is about. They protect it well. I know they will do well. The first student to be called will be Lakeisha Allen. Amelia Adamson, she also gets Service as Action Award. Haley Charmiak, Janico Colimo, Rain Duff, Honor Roll. Maximilian Esser, Honor Roll. Jasper Forte. Anton Lichota, Honor Roll. Jaden Marshall. Elizabeth Morris. Kaylin O'Connor. Noah Pierce, Honor Roll and Most Improved Award. Pasua Roden. Sakura Wood, Honor Roll with Distinction and Academic Achievement Award.
Okay, moving on. So at this time, I'd like to call grade 8P and the homeroom teacher, Mr. Ennis, to the stage, and the class of 2021 as well, right?
My speech is on my phone, so I'm not texting, I'm reading. Okay. I didn't want to print because of paper cut, so. Good night, everyone. My name is Mr. Ennis, and I was the homeroom for 8P this year. And here is my pitch. These people, persons, prominent proprietors of Cedar International School are some proper partiers and performers. Some are pale, while some are patient. Some are persistent, while others peaceful. Some are polite, polished, and even political, while some are peppy and playful. Not always are they polite, but they are never pompous. Not always are they pleasant, but they are never painful. Maybe sometimes painful. Not always are they peachy, but they are never pious. Not always are they prepared for class, but they are never passive about it. Oh, my phone went dark. Not always are they punctual. I couldn't find a P word, that was the opposite. They possess potential, power, positivity, and practicality. As they prepare for the future, I propose a prescription. Stay principled, professional, and never succumb to pessimism. Always be proactive and profit from your own personalities. The many paths you walk will not always be precise, but they will lead you to personal growth. For you, 8P, the possibilities are endless. It has been my pleasure and my privilege to be your homeroom teacher. Giselle Archibald Bowers. Please hold all applause. Thank you. Zebedee Bamford. Tola Broderick, honor roll. Joshua Cowlard, honor roll. Michaela Diaguar, Services Action Award. Dominique De Castro, honor roll with distinction and academic achievement award. Jake Hallett. Luca Reich, honor roll. Koya Reimer, honor roll and most improved. That's why we hold our applause. Alexis Titley. Tania Van Zoost, and Robert Wong Williams.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ennis, and grade 8, soon to be grade 9. So yeah, at this time I'd like to have Mr. Forte and the grade 9 homeroom teacher and the class of 2020, we're getting closer here now, to the stage, please. Thank you.
Good evening. If I had just one word to describe this class, it would definitely be talented. There's so many talents, not just singing, as we've seen. There's cooking, playing many instruments, football, so many. But if I had two words to describe them, it would be talented and noisy so noisy all the time. But I still have not figured out how they can manage to work at a really high standard and still chatting all the time. It's a mystery. So yeah, I will leave it at that. Noisy, but very, very talented. And so the first person will be Jade Adams. Catherine Archibald Drew, Honor Roll with Distinction and Academic Achievement Award. Aidan Catherall Byrne. Ashley Foster. Giovanni Grant, Most Improved Award and the Services Action Award. Tiana Hewitt. Jay Hodge, Honor Roll. Jay Hodge, Honor Roll. Clara Nordeskov. Zawati Pierre-Louis. Rejani Walters. And Pratham Yadav. Grade 9.
Okay, so at this time, would the 10th grade homeroom teacher, Mrs. Nod, and the class of 2019 please come to the stage?
I hadn't taught the 10th grade before this year. And when I first met them, the first thing I thought is, they're a lot bigger than the 6th graders in the classroom before me. There's also more of them. Well, there might not. There's 17, though, and there's a lot, but some are missing today. Nina thinks this speech is all going to be about her. She's wrong. They were guessing what I was going to talk about. What I'm really going to talk about is the slang they taught me the first day I met them. I'm not as cool as I pretend to be. They said, "We heard you're really lit." And I was like, short for literature? As in English? They must like that a lot. That's not what it means. I learned that it means, thanks to urbandictionary.com, which I've cited in MLA format, that it actually means awesome and excellent. I was like, oh, it's a compliment. So here to them, this class is lit. Am I using it right? All right, first up, Liam Block. Harsh Banthia, Finn Brabant. Jeremy Charles. Arya Creaky, Honor Roll and Service as Action Award. Alicia David. Venetia DeCastro Gray. Shakima Fagan, Honor Roll and Academic Achievement Award. Nina Forte, Honor Roll and Services Action Award. Angelia George, Honor Roll and Academic Achievement Award. Italia Gilgis, Honor Roll and Most Improved Award. Zariana Grant. Soraya Reimer. Oh, I skipped the ones who I crossed off. That's everyone here, right? Okay, good. Okay. Apparently I can't leave yet.
She can't go. There's a gift. They're setting the bar very high, by the way, for future years.
Oh, I feel super special now. Definitely lit.
Yay! All right, we're getting there. Yeah, at this time, I would like to call up the 11th grade homeroom teacher, Miss Gujar, who was instrumental in helping us with the ceremony tonight and decorating. So Miss Gujar and the class of 2018, please come to the stage.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Again, I'm Ms. Gujar. I have the pleasure of being homeroom teacher for grade 11 this year. Grade 11 is a whimsical bunch. From where they are, to what they do in their spare time, to what they want to major in, and the careers they want to pursue, they are authentic and original. And as we can see, several of our grade 11 students are not here tonight. We're happy to say that they are around the globe, many engaged in programs that will augment their resume and hopefully make them more competitive for university admission. So we will congratulate them when they return to Island. All right? But for tonight, we have our three faithful stalwarts. They'll represent for their class until it's their turn to embark on their summer adventure. So I just want to say that you always make me smile and laugh. I love you very much. I'm very invested in you. And with that comes that I have very high expectations of you. But for now, have a lovely summer. Tonight, we congratulate.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations to all of our MYP and DP and CD students. And here's to the future. Some of our graduates on the stage also receive special grade level awards. And I will ask that they stand in place when your names are called. Okay? Academic Achievement Award for grade 12 goes to Reef Downing and Jewel Hector. Most Improved Award in grade 12, tremendous progress in a very short period of time, Michael Kine. The Service Award goes to Julia Prevost and Tiara Jones for an amazing service year. Congratulations. Well done, very well done. Okay, we also have 4 exceptional secondary awards, if you will, to hand out this evening. They are to be annual. Excuse me, I can do it again. They are annual awards and include the Mark and Jeanette Forte Performing Arts Award, the Borelli Walsh Sportsmanship Award, and the Cedar Award. We also have added a very meaningful award, which we'll hear more about shortly. However, we're going to begin with the Borelli Walsh Sportsmanship Award, which I'm going to ask Coach John Riley to come up and help me out and give out that award, please. Coach.
Good evening, everyone, again. The Borelli Walsh Sportsmanship Award goes to a secondary student who has demonstrated not only athletic ability, but also those traits that define an athlete of high integrity, commitment, work ethic, teamwork, leadership, respect, and fair play. There was a number of student athletes who have shown all these attributes, skills, and abilities. I'll name a few: Luca Reich, international football and squash; Rain Duff, sailing and archery; Lily Pierce, BVI international football; Harsh, international tennis bracket final. Also, he's a good student who demonstrates positive leadership and character and has the respect of all the younger students, athletically and academically. But for me, more than anything, he's a well-rounded individual, well-behaved, and a well-managed young man who has a very bright future ahead of him. Do you want me to name it? The Borelli Walsh Sportsmanship Award goes to Leo Forte.
Congratulations, Leo, and well done, Coach. As I said a little bit earlier, additionally this year we have a very meaningful and close to my heart addition to our annual awards. In close collaboration with BDO and the Wheatley family, we will begin a new tradition this year. Tonight will be the first year of handing out the Nathaniel Wheatley Prize of Excellence in Information Technology Award. This is a very fitting way to honor and celebrate Nathaniel Wheatley's life and place in the Cedar community. I knew Nathaniel very well and was proud to be one of his teachers. I remember him fondly standing at this podium giving an amazing speech about life at Cedar. Nathaniel was a one-of-a-kind young man, and I was very fortunate to share a part of his life with him. Thus, I would like to introduce a very special and inspirational person to the stage tonight to present the award to this year's recipient. Miss Diana Wheatley, would you come help me out? This year's Nathaniel Wheatley Prize of Excellence in Information Technology is a member of our graduating class who took higher level computer science as one of his IB diploma courses. We don't receive his results until July 5th, but he's predicted to achieve the highest grade possible in that course. He will be studying music at Carleton University in Canada next year, where he has received a scholarship and will continue to incorporate technology into his studies that I am sure of. The award goes to Reef Downing. Thank you to the supportive BDO and the Wheatley family. Nathaniel's passion for IT will continue to inspire students for years to come. And this beautiful plaque will live at our school each and every year. So thank you very, very much. We have more awards to give out. This award celebrates creativity in the arts. And I believe Mr. Butcher is here. I saw him earlier. He's going to come up and help me out and tell us a little bit more about the award and deliver the good news to one lucky recipient. So let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Butcher.
Good evening. I would like to thank Mark and Jeanette Forte for their continued support for the arts at Cedar. It's a wonderful thing, thank you. You always know when a pupil is passionate about music and about arts, when they come to you and they're already discussing what they want to do next year. I think that's an amazing thing. At the end of an exhausting year, they're saying, this is what I want to do for next year, and what can I do over the summer to improve? This year's secondary award goes to an exceptional student who's had an exceptional year. She has regularly appeared for Cedar School at the talent show, the territorial songs and the national anthems. She's taken positivity as a way of life. She's improved considerably over a short period of time on guitar and vocals, and is incredibly composed, as you saw earlier. The award this year goes to Kathleen Archibald Broom.
Thank you, Mr. Butcher, and congratulations. Finally, we have the coveted Cedar Award, very special award, and my colleague of a few years now is going to assist with this one. So would Dr. Fraser come up and help me out with the Cedar Award, please?
Okay, this award is given to the student whose dedication to studies, non-academic activities, and general consideration of others has been outstanding, and whose contributions have enhanced the positive atmosphere in the school. It is my great pleasure to present this award to Reef Downing.
Congratulations, Reef. Okay, well, at this time, we do have a special surprise in store for everyone this evening, as you know we do at graduation usually. So I would like everyone on the stage to please move to the front row. There's reserved seats for you, and we'll get set up. Give you 1 minute. Quick intermission. You get to stay.
Testing. All right, good. I'm glad that works. I'm just going to raise it a little bit. Oop. I don't know how to work this mic, so bear with me. Okay, I guess I'm not going to raise it. All right. Boy, my heart is beating real fast right now. Can you believe this is my first time singing in front of an audience? I know. Thank you, thank you. Most of the people in my class don't know that I sing. Well, they do know that I sing, they just don't know that I sing poorly, so I thought I'd put it upon myself to show them exactly how bad I am at singing, but... You know, they say to imagine everyone in the audience naked to get ahead of stage fright, but for my own sanity and well-being, I'm not going to do that, all right? So it's not you, it's me. Come on, let's be honest. Can everyone hear all right? Back row? Good? All right, cool. In all seriousness, this performance is to commemorate the time we've spent together, and okay. It's also to I didn't prepare anything, as you can tell. Yeah, thanks, Pete. Always count on you. Yeah, this performance and these songs are meant to commemorate the time we've spent together, and to shed light on the unfortunate truth that it's coming to an end. No one wants to believe it, but it's true. But we all have to face the facts, and I'm sure wherever we all end up, we're going to be so happy, so happy. I love you too, Jewel. Love all you guys. So without further ado, here's a pretty bad rendition of two pretty good songs. Wrong song, sorry. I start with the other one. Yeah, I am. You got me, you got me. I also realized that I forgot my lyrics, but, you know, whatever. I'll make them up. Oh yeah, some of these lyrics, they're changed, so I changed them, so don't, like, freak out when they're not the right ones. I don't know if you guys will do that, but... Okay, enough with the jokes. Here we go. One more time. Closing time, turn all of the lights on every boy and every girl. Closing time, open all the doors to let you out into the world. Closing time, time to recall all the facts we know about Shakespeare. Closing time, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay in Cedar. See what I did there? Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. Closing time. Do 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 do. Closing time. We've lived and learned and loved, but I'm afraid this time has got to come. So gather up your textbooks, move it to the exits. I hope that we'll all stay friends. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some of the beginning's end. take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang them on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and asking on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, beginning starts tonight. So I hope you all have the time of your lives. Thank you, thank you.
That was fantastic. My gosh. I mean, I love to listen to our students. We're like Mr. Forte said, there's so many talents, and that's one of them, and I can't wait to see what's next for that young man. You say, yeah, I knew that guy. He's saying our graduation, right? It's super cool. And you have a good voice. Gosh, very good voice. There he is. All right. Now, we still have another surprise in store. And before we move on to the grade 12 proper graduation ceremony, one of our grade 12 students, in collaboration with parents, thank you, and peers, thank you, would like to take us all down a trip down memory lane. I had to watch it because I can't see it for the first time and get up and speak again. So get out the tissues and enjoy.
Everybody gets high sometimes, you know. What else can we do when we're feeling low? So take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. When you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. Although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know I won't let go. feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I won't let go, I won't let go, go, go.
Remember when we were young, breaking every rule they made. I never changed what we done. It made us who we are today. I'm taking every chance I get to make us who you won't forget. Who we are, who we are. This is what we started. This is what we started. They can't hold us down. They'll never be, never be, never be, never be us. Remember we used to run to the corner of 69. Yeah, they would come chasing us. We find a new place to hide out, making our plans to break out. Give me your hand and they will know who we are. This is what we started. This is what we started. They can't hold us down. They'll never be, never be us. Never be, never be us. It's everything that we ever wanted. They won't hold us back. They'll never be, never be us. Never be, never be us.
I told you the tissues, you'd need them. Anyways, really, really impressive. And you said so many memories, eh? Well, let's finish what you started tonight here at Cedar School. So would you come back up to the stage? Our graduates and our dignitaries, please come have a seat up. All right. It's good, wasn't it? We have come to the highlight of the evening. We will now officially transition into the class of 2017 graduation ceremony. Let's get ready. So at this time, I would like to call up to the podium the director, Mr. Scott Crawford, to give remarks on this portion of the evening. Thank you.
Well, I would say that was a very appropriate transition to putting the focus on the class of 2017. Very well done with the performance and the video. This is certainly a class worth celebrating. They're close-knit, as we've seen, full of diverse interests and talents, incredibly creative, and with a string of university offers and impressive scholarships that belie their small number. They'll be spreading out next year, off to Pace University in New York, University of South Florida in Tampa, Carleton University in Ottawa, Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia. There are offers on the table from Royal Holloway of London, University for the Creative Arts, Broward College, Concordia University, as students await their IB results to make decisions. And one graduate has already begun her next step right here at HLSCC, a long way from her native Kenya, which she left 4 years ago. We look forward to tracking the progress of each member of this class as they transition into our alumni community. This is actually a really interesting time to be joining our alumni community. There have been a series of points lately that suggest Cedar, now finishing its 27th year, has reached an age where its alumni are very much making their presence felt. You see people like Chad Letzum, class of 2004, who went off to college, worked for Boeing, and then returned to the BVI to found his own company, using technological innovation to benefit our business community. You see people like Alec Anderson, class of 2009, and Chris Brockbank, class of 2012, who made us all proud over the last few years as they represented the BVI around the globe in sailing. And tonight, for the first time, we have an alumnus as a commencement speaker. Dane Hunter, class of 2013, already an award-winning filmmaker whose recent TEDx talk in Roadtown garnered enough buzz to get the attention of this year's graduates. And they personally requested that he speak here tonight. So it's right that as we prepare to graduate another class, we make the growing ranks of our alumni community a theme of tonight's event. And while everything I just mentioned is impressive, it was something else, more simple, but every bit exciting, that really made the ripple effect of our alumni community hit home. Within the last couple of months, we have had 3 former students contact us to enroll their children in pre-K and kindergarten next year, meaning we now have the second generation of Cedar students coming in. I think that's pretty special, and it's worth celebrating. So to help us celebrate that, we have a special guest this evening, former Cedar student Christina Rodriguez, whose daughter Layla will join us in kindergarten next year. Chrissy has graciously agreed to help lead Cedar's Alumni Association and will speak to us briefly about it now so that the class of 2017 can take pride in the impressive community they are about to join.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me, and huge congratulations to the new graduates of Cedar. Are there any past graduates of Cedar here tonight at all? I see you, even if you don't want to identify yourself. So it's an exciting time to be part of Cedar. It's pretty remarkable to see how much the school has grown, as well as how large the graduation population is becoming. If you know the old Cedar School of old, you can appreciate this success. The graduates have grown personally and professionally, and as Scott said, we're ready to have our own children attend Cedar. This is the start of something new for Cedar. It's the start of tradition and the strengthening of its community, which I think is really important. For myself as a past student, the sense of community and relationships I acquired when I attended Cedar have followed me from my very first day in 1998 to present day 2017. The Alumni Association is new, but it aims to build on these relationships as well to create a network for Cedar students to stay connected and maintain their accessibility to the resources and to expand and further their opportunities as young adults. Cedar alumni are out and about in the world. We are professionals, we are athletes, we are parents, volunteers and public servants. We are chefs, we are architects, lawyers and captains and teachers. And some of us run our own businesses, some of us just want to travel, and some of us have gone back to school. Some of us are international, and some are in the BVI to stay. So the network is alive and kicking, and for the graduates today and each Cedar student after you, despite your journey at Cedar coming to an end, your sense of community doesn't have to. So I encourage graduates to stay in touch with us. You can register your contact information with the school. There's an alumni Facebook page as well as a link on the Cedar website. And just be on the lookout for any events that we plan as we start to grow and engage the alumni community. So thanks for having me and congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Chrissy. We look forward to adding 9 new alum tonight. Now I would like to invite the Chair of Cedar's Board of Trustees, Mr. Mark Forte, to offer remarks on behalf of the board.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few remarks on behalf of the board. To the class, congratulations. Apparently, we heard earlier about how people are lit. You apparently are the iGen generation, or Gen Z, apparently. I didn't know that. But what you are, is more importantly to us, is that you represent this year's exit of Cedar School into the big bad world. And if you're ever in any doubt about what you're coming to this evening, as I walked up the steps just before 6 o'clock, there was Dr. Fraser. Dr. Fraser is always there to remind us where we are, staring at a group of the graduates, proclaiming loudly, "You all used to be so little." And that's what it's about. It's about the fact that we've taken children to adulthood, in many cases from year 1 to the very end, and we present to the world a new generation that have come through our doors that we have had a chance to shape. And on behalf of the class, your parents, we thank the teaching faculty and the administration of the school for helping to do that for you. Thank you. One of the things that struck me listening to tonight, remarkable talent, thank you for that, and the singing, slightly melancholic. Yeah, a little bit of, what are we going to do now? Our best friends, we're parting. This isn't what it's about. And I think on behalf of the board, what we want to do is to remind you all that actually this is the first stage of going forward, and what you take from Cedar going forward, we hope, are all those qualities that we have tried to provide for you to learn from, to bring out to the world. And those are the foundations of what make you better people and better citizens. That's the International Baccalaureate. But don't ever let it stifle you. Never think that you cannot do the next thing because you have to hang on to what you've had. You've been familiar with your friends and everything about school, but it's a big break. There's a famous quote I have for you. "It is better to have dreamed 1,000 dreams that never were than never to have dreamed at all." And you will all tell me where that comes from. Okay, Pushkin. But it is as apt 200 years ago as it is today. Dream. We want, as the board, we want you to dream. We want you to take the name forward. We want you to feel as though you can go out in the big bad world and talk about Cedar School and be proud of where it was that you were educated. And we hope you do. Now, part of my duties this evening is to introduce our speaker, guest speaker, this evening. Known to many of you because he was only just out of school. Dane has come back to provide his words of wisdom. Raised on Virgin Gorda, an active member of ISA, a Cedar graduate of the class of 2013, honor roll with distinction in his last 2 trimesters, and indeed one of the founders of Cedar in 60. Very impressive. Attended the Colorado Film School, one of the top 20 schools in the world for film, where he received an associate's in writing, directing film, and was awarded the Best Director in 2016. He is now an award-winning independent filmmaker and is involved in local and international television productions. And this is what really gets me. To his credit, includes The Bachelor. How cool is that? Most recently, he did appear in the BVI, speaking at the TEDx talk in Roadtown, from where I believe the attention was caught by our class. Let me introduce to the podium. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you on behalf of the board, and let me now hear from Dane Hunter. Thank you very much.
How are we all doing tonight? All right, good. Before I get into all of this, I just have to say, when Reef first reached out to me to ask for me to speak here, I was like, why does Reef care who's speaking at the next graduation? It did not occur to me that he could be graduating, and all these other youngsters I knew were already graduating from the school, so that was just amazing. All right. This evening, I would like to speak to you all about the secret society of adults. But before we get into all that, I have to give you guys the mandatory peer pressure talk. All right. Now, when I say peer pressure, I don't want you to be picturing some teenager trying to hand you free drugs, because honestly, that doesn't happen. I'm speaking about a much more abundant form of peer pressure. It can come from your parents if they insist you forget about the arts and go for a more practical degree. It can come from your professors if they want you to forget about the community college you're interested in, aim for something more like Harvard, or the other way around. And it can come from your classmates if they tell you that a gap year is just a waste of time. Now, the reason I refer to this as peer pressure is because you are all adults now. Adults are your peers. And that is something crazy to get used to. But you will find that the older you get, the less age really matters. I've got friends 18, 24, 36. I feel like I'm friends with quite a few of the teachers here. Actually, just before I came on stage, Steve told me that if I call him Mr. Butcher one more time, he's going to wring my neck, so. What's important is to remember that even though you are just becoming adults, your opinions matter just as much, your decisions matter just as much. I mean, you guys are at the age where you can vote. If you can be trusted with a democracy, you should at the very least be trusted with your own life decisions. All right, so please continue to respect your elders, but understand that does not mean you must obey them. If you want to pursue your liberal arts degree at a small community college after your gap year, do not allow anybody to tell you you cannot. If you don't want to attend college, maybe think that through one more time, but understand nobody can tell you you cannot. Now, this idea that no one can tell you what to do anymore sounds awesome. It sounds freeing until you realize you now have to figure out what you're going to do. The best advice I can give you, do not rush it, all right? You guys have a whole life ahead of you. Take the time to figure out what you want to do, because it is so incredibly easy to get into a cycle of I need to get a 7 on this test because I need to keep my 4.0 because I need to get into this university that leads straight to an internship I need for this job. Need. You forget to ask yourself, what do you want? Do you even want the things you think you need? Picture yourself walking back from a nice lunch in central London to the law firm who just made you partner. You've got a husband or wife, 2 kids, a lovely home. This could very well be a perfect life for someone, but now picture you walk past a mechanic shop and you suddenly remember how much you enjoy working with your hands, how proficient you were with engines, how much you loved cars. And suddenly you begin rethinking everything. Did you want to be a lawyer and it's just a crazy coincidence your mother was also a lawyer? Did you want to get married, or did it by chance have something to do with all of your friends getting married? Did you even want kids, or did your mother-in-law want grandkids? This goes right back to peer pressure, right? Others will make you feel there are things in this life you need because they want you to need them, because they think they need them. And they will make you feel that you are not an adult if you go after the things you want. But here's the thing. Becoming an adult is not easy, it's mandatory. All right, you can't ask a judge, hey, can I be tried as a teenager because I act like one? No. Whether you like it or not, becoming an adult is due to time and time alone. However, you can choose whether or not you would like to enter the secret society of adults. These are the real adults. They're the ones that your parents and professors are referring to when they tell you to act like an adult. You know, they're people that choose to eat healthy and understand how taxes work, that kind of thing. You know how after your birthday, people might joke with you, well, do you feel any different? Obviously, you wouldn't magically be a different person because you blew out some candles. However, as silly as this is, many young adults, myself included, were astounded to find that there is no line you cross from kid to grown-up. There's no acceptance letter, no switch that you can hit. And I went a while thinking there's got to be something I'm missing because I'm clearly not yet one of them. You know, I'm not a real adult. I don't know how to iron something. So I asked a number of my friends, young and old, at what point did you feel like you were an adult? And I got a ton of different answers. When you can eat cake and ice cream for breakfast, you're an adult. When you make your own dental appointment because you chose to eat cake and ice cream for breakfast, you're an adult. The one which stood out to me the most was my friend Bailey, who said it was the moment she bought a printer. Yeah, now you guys understand why it stood out to me. And she explained it wasn't simply purchasing the printer, it was the fact that she had saved up for it and had planned on buying it to make her life as a student easier. And that was what I had been looking for. The one person who can get you into the secret society of adults is your future self. Your future self is a real-life person you will become if you take care of them. The moment you begin to think, I should call it a night because my future self has an exam tomorrow morning, or I shouldn't spend money on this expensive coffee today because my future self would love to take a holiday. When you sacrifice your present self for the benefit of your future self is when you enter the secret society of adults. It honestly feels like you are helping a different person if you truly picture that future version of yourself and you are trying to better them, trying to help them out. Now, for some, figuring out what your future self wants can be a bit tricky. Here's one way to figure it out. Ask your present self now, what would you like to have started working on 6 months ago, a year ago? Within 2 years, you could have been proficient with a language or an instrument, but it's not too late. Wouldn't you like your future self to play violin and speak Portuguese? If you begin putting in the work for them now, that is the only way that you can truly become one of those real-life adults that I'm still trying to be. If you only try to satisfy your present self, you will only ever have short-term goals and short-term fulfillment. So keep that future version of yourself in mind. Seriously, picture how they'll look, where they'll be, what they'll be doing, how they'll act. All right. Also keep in mind the only person you owe anything to is your future self. Now, as you can tell, I am very new to the society, but I can share with you the 3 most important things I have so far learned for how to act like an adult. Inwardly, give it your all, always. Outwardly, have and express patience. And universally, try and understand. I was with a friend at the gym, and he was counting his reps while lifting weights, and he got up to 16. So I asked him, why not go 20? And he told me, well, I can only get to 16. So I asked, all right, why not stop at 15? And he says, because I can get to 16. This is what I mean when I say, give it your all, always. Don't stop at good enough. If you can reach a bar you've been aiming for, set it a little higher. Falling short is far better than aiming low. Patience. There are few things in life more pointless than yelling at a stoplight. And we all do it. Don't pretend you don't. No matter what you say, who you are, or how you act, that light will stay red until it's time to turn green. Now, there are hundreds of thousands of red lights you are going to run into in your life disguised as many things. What's important is to remember there are some things you cannot change, but you always have control over how you react. Lastly, and most importantly, trying to understand. There's a reason empathy is so key to every major religion. Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn, Romans 12:15. None shall have faith till he wishes for his brother what he likes for himself, a pillar hadith to Islam. Don't be a prick, my atheist friend. What I'm getting at is that we as humans understand the importance of trying to understand others. Now, I say trying because putting in the emotional effort to understand where another person's coming from, what they feel and why, is a skill. It's something that you can work on, something you can practice, and hopefully something your future self is already very good at. Trying to understand someone is how you build friendships. It's the center of kindness. You can't love a person before you understand them. And I believe you cannot hate a person after you understand them. All of you here tonight clearly value education. Education is the epitome of trying to understand. And is the only weapon we have against ignorance. So whether you leave here tonight to pursue a doctorate, start a business, travel the world, or just get a job, always be open to education. Put in the effort to understand others, especially those you disagree with. And be confident enough, kind enough, and patient enough to educate others. All right. With all that out of the way, last point I'm going to make is why I don't care what you want to be when you grow up. Final point tonight, I promise. All right, we've all heard that question, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? This conditions us to feel that our future self will be a what, that we will be defined by our job, our education, our things. I propose that we change that narrative. Ask not your kids, your friends, your siblings, or yourself, what do you want to be when you grow up, but rather who? Who would you like to be when you grow up? I truly don't care what jobs you might end up having, but I cannot wait to see who you will each become. This has been a tremendous honor. Thank you guys very much.
Mr. Dane Hunter. Yeah, on behalf of all of us at Cedar, I'd really like to express our gratitude. My mind is blown, and I'm sitting there and saying, I taught Dan, and now he's up here doing his thing. Amazing. We're very, very proud of you and proud to be a part of your journey. So thank you. Yeah, a little gift for you. Well, each year, our graduating class decides on which faculty member will speak on their behalf. You may all know this faculty member well, and if you don't, let me tell you. She has been an amazing leader in the secondary school for a few years now. She's changed so many things positively and is off next year to a new adventure with her husband, Dr. Brabant, and her family. We wish her and her family our absolute best and thank her for all she's done to make Cedar such a wonderful place, a better place. It's my pleasure to introduce the 2017 graduating class faculty representative, Mrs. Annalise Brabant.
Thank you. I'm going to sort of turn this way because when I'm writing this, it's really for them, so I'm just going to sort of turn here. Okay. You guys look great. Over the past 3 years, we've spent roughly 540 hours together in class. That's 22 and a half full 24-hour days. During that time, we've explored history case studies and lessons learned from history, and we've tried to boil these large lessons down to our own lives. In essence, we've talked about life, the human condition, and human nature. We've talked about the benefits of meditation, done anti-anxiety breathing exercises, held sessions on broken heart counseling, and talked down weekly freakouts. We've dealt with the complexity and multiple origins of our tears. Our time together has given me a unique window into the lives of this group of people, to you, and has shown me the beauty, the fragility, the stubbornness, so stubborn, the vulnerability and the richness of who you are. But having said that, most of our time has been spent on how best to work through and work with the larger concepts in history, which are communicated via the IB, what the IB calls command terms. These help us explore them. We've broken down and dissected command terms by using fantastic cooking analogies, my monochromatic wardrobe, and movies. You've learned by mastering these command terms, you have a window into both the expectations of exam questions, but also discovered a way to tap into different perspectives. So tonight, I will reveal no personal information or anecdotes. I will not compare each of you to my favorite character in history, which really was tempting. Nor will I try to recreate Mr. Creaney's speech from last year, because you know I love you way too much. Instead, you won't be surprised at this. I've invented a new list of command terms for you. We will call these Mrs. Brabant's command terms for life, which were written especially for you, who gave you a chance to know her, and who over the course of 3 years of teaching has grown to love you. Tonight we're going to explore these new command terms. As you know, by becoming comfortable embracing and mastering these, you will be able not only to forge a path to self-awareness, ground yourself in what is real, but you will build a life that's truly yours and one that's built on integrity. So here they are. And in the language of the IB, which I promise you will never have to dissect after tonight, I want to remind you that you should be familiar with these terms. And while these are not prescriptive, they should, at minimum, be understood as detailed below. And although these terms will be used frequently in common speech by many, many stakeholders, it is critically important that each of you develop a rich understanding of what these mean for you, so they may be used to direct you to live your lives in the best way you see fit. So here they are, my command terms for you for life. The first is speak. Speak your mind, speak your truth, speak your hopes and your fears, and do this always without censorship. Let the world hear the real you, and let them know that you are who you are, because what you portray in your speech is real. Remember, Kurt Vonnegut reminds us that we are what we pretend to be, so we must be very careful about what we pretend to be. And remember to take a breath and be sure to listen more often than you speak. The next command term is love. To love another person, to love your life, to love your journey, and commit yourself to loving without fear, without restraint, and without expectation. Know that the love that you always gives finds its way back to you, and the world is a far better place because of it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that when you arise every morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, and to love. The next one is wonder. Remember that the world is a place of wonder. Your own inner life is one of wonder, so revel in that. Let wonder sweep you away and drive your decisions and call you to curiosity. Albert Einstein, the greatest physicist of all time, urged us to see the world as an innocent and to see life as a great mystery that it is. That is wonder, and you will find it as you explore your life, your options, and most importantly, you will always find wonder in yourself. The next is inspire. When you feel inspired, please notice it. Please pay attention. The feelings of inspiration are like markers in your life's journey. Follow your inspirations and allow this to be a cornerstone of your life. Inspire and encourage others to find their own paths as you navigate yours, and remember that the destination you choose today may change for sure tomorrow, and that the happiest people among us are those who allowed inspiration to be the center of their journey. The next one is act. Act with conviction, with purpose, and with confidence. Actively create opportunities for yourself and be brave when unexpected opportunities present themselves to you. Be active in your communities. Play a positive role in the lives of those around you through your actions and make your life vibrant. Mr. Rogers once said, "If only you could see how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to people you may never even dream of. There's something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with every person." The next is succeed. Much like love, success looks a lot of ways. Don't fall victim to people's definition of success. Instead, define your success based on your own values, your own goals, and your own criteria. In your quest to construct a life that is meaningful and fulfilling to you, work toward complete success in whatever that looks like to you. As my hero Eleanor Roosevelt said, remember that you not only have the right to be an individual, but you have an absolute obligation to be one. Believe. Believe that the possibilities for you are truly endless. When you focus on your goals and allow your life to unfold, you will be amazed at the power of belief. Believe in yourself, your abilities, your truths, and believe that no matter what, you are, every one of you, already enough. Resolve. Resolve to be kind, compassionate, merciful, grateful, and determined every day. As the former poet laureate Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." There is true power in this. Resolve to be the very best version of yourself possible and allow the others around you to be their best too. Accept. Accept that all the things that make you you. Capitalize on the good things and learn to compensate and develop and manage the not so good. Remember, just like my mom said, and you've heard me say it 1,000 times over and over, you own it or it owns you. And remember, when things are hard, your mantra always has to be tutto passi, everything passes. The next is thank. Show gratitude on a daily basis. Take time every single day to make a mental note of all that you're grateful for. Remember those who are less fortunate and reach out to those in need. Thank with your whole heart those people who have supported and believed in you and who love you unconditionally. Research shows that people who meditate on gratitude are in fact happier, more productive, and better problem solvers. It also makes you nice. Nurture. Nurture your soul, your body, your mind, and your dreams. That's enough with that. And create. Create a life that is worth living. Create within yourself a home where unconditional love and support, acceptance and sanctuary and hope will thrive every day. Return to that quiet space because it is always waiting for you to visit. In the words of Golda Meir, trust yourself. Create the kind of self that you will be happy to live with your whole life. Make the most of yourself by fanning the tiny inner sparks of possibility into flames of achievement. So that's it. My final words of wisdom for you until you show up at my doorstep in the Netherlands, many of you. Know that I leave you in the very good and capable hands of yourselves. I will watch your lives from afar with love and with wonder and belief that your lives will be as joyful as I am and as joyful, humorous, stubborn, challenging, and rewarding as every one of you have been for me. Know that I'm thankful for you and thankful for the gift of yourselves that you have so unselfishly shared with me for the past 3 years. So, if you remember nothing from this speech, please try to remember what Kurt Vonnegut said. And I urge you to please notice when you're happy and exclaim or murmur at or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. So, congratulations. That's it. Sorry, one more thing. And there's one more thing. Because you all showed up on time and did what you were supposed to do tonight, Mrs. Regals has baked. There's cookies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Brabant. As I will quote Eduardo, Mrs. Brabant can teach. Came and said to me one day, Mrs. Brabant can teach. It's fantastic. Well done, Mrs. Brabant. Well, grade 12, we're almost there. I'm going to have to say grade 12 last time there. Grade 12, we're almost there. Almost time to celebrate. However, we had lots of celebration tonight. Please enjoy the moment. Be present. This is certainly one of those special life moments, so be proud of yourselves. We're proud of you, and smile a lot for the cameras. So, without any further ado, will the class of 2017 please rise so we can begin to award the well-earned Cedar International School diplomas. The diploma, as you'll see, reads as follows. Cedar International School, in that regards, has conferred on student's name a college preparatory high school diploma, together with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto, in consideration of the satisfactory completion of the course prescribed by the Board of Trustees. In witness thereof, the undersigned have affixed their names and the seal of Cedar International School on this day, the 29th of June, 2017. So, let's get on with it. Please congratulate our first graduate, Reef Downing. Kirsten Gordon. Tiara Jones. So. Good smile. Jewel Hector. Michael Kine. Ellie Messam. Julia Prevost. Miriam Simmons. and Eduardo Vargas. Yes, 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 yes. All right. It is with great honor to announce the class of 2017 graduated. You may flip your tassels. Congratulations. One more time for our graduates. Well, it is now time. I'd like to introduce the student representative of the graduates, Miss Jewel Hector.
Good night, everyone. When it came time to start writing this speech, I was rather positive that it would be the easiest thing I've ever written because of the amount of memories I have with and of the people who share the stage with me tonight. It wasn't, however, until I actually began writing that I realized that maybe it wasn't going to be so easy, and I had too much to consider. How do I share all of our memories? How do I convey how we've influenced one another? Where do I start on how special these people are? But most importantly, how does one even begin to condense the characters and personalities of each student in the Cedar International School class of 2017? In an attempt to try, I came up with the following 4 words: one of a kind. Cliché, I know, but nothing shy of the truth. There's no other way to describe how freakishly close our class is. We're a group who've mostly been all together since the 4th grade, entering the 6th grade at a whopping 23 students and being the biggest class in upper school at the time. Mind you, we were physically the smallest, but what we lacked in height, we made up for in mischief. The bench outside Mr. Pasco's office had a reserved parking space for the rear end of at least one of us, but on the off day, it was the majority of us. Mr. Pasco, I'm sorry, but sometimes we plotted getting in trouble just to give ourselves cause for complaints. Trouble was how our bond started. We figured out rather early that a class who gets in trouble together gets to complain together, and consequently gets what we want together. We knew we were stronger that way. Trouble didn't always unite us. Sometimes it made us hate each other. Sometimes it made us complain about each other. But if there was something that we knew we all wanted, differences were set aside to assure that we got it. As we grew older and our class grew smaller, we became better at being late, experts at staying out of Mr. Pasco's office, and we became even closer. We knew way too much about each other, and it was normally pretty useless information. For example, I know that Kirsten learned to tie her shoes on a Tuesday, that Reef's mom's nickname for him was Goldilocks for a really long time, that Julia sometimes wished our school was Hogwarts, and Ellie, true to character, is afraid of moths and butterflies. Okay, maybe some of that information isn't so useless after all. What I will treasure most, though, is how much we've been able to teach each other through the roller coaster that is adolescence. Whether it be lessons of trivial things or lessons that will get us through difficult times for the rest of our lives, I have a great respect for what these people have taught me. There are no words to describe the individuals on this stage besides one of a kind. Everybody brought something different to the table. We're a group of leaders, believers, artists, visionaries, soldiers, and adventurers who've been able to push one another through the past 500 years that we spent in school. At least that's what it feels like. Then now, at the end of the line, some centuries later, we've matured into new people who are undoubtedly ready to take on what the real world has in store for us. They'll ask and wonder how we'll survive as we take our first steps on this journey into life on our own. Our parents will worry that as their little chicks leave the nest that our wings may not be strong enough. And come July 5th, 2017, when IB results are released, Dr. Brabant will wonder if we ever studied for biology outside of class. Sorry in advance. But to all of them, we must say that we are prepared, ready, and definitely not doing it alone. We're moving forward how we always have, with security in ourselves, in each other, and in the lessons we've learned from each other as time has gone by. Although we will no longer have to be crammed
into a classroom, sitting in our everyday unassigned seats 5 days a week. We are all taking away little bits of each other, and we will always know that there are people we can call on. That bond and that security is immeasurably valuable and truly one of a kind. With that being said, I have a message for each of you that I hope you take with you as we part ways. And it starts with Kirsten. Kirsten, what you brought to the table that I think all of us will remember you for is your sense of humor. There was always a joke in any situation with you, no matter how uncomfortable, and you were always able to make everyone laugh. You have an unapologetic attitude. You are who you are, and you know there's nothing to apologize for. You're the only person I know who can maneuver their way out of any kind of trouble, and for this, we will always know who to call on when a situation needs to be finessed. You are a soldier, an adventurer, and you are strong in your convictions, and if the real world is as tough as they say it is, these qualities will get you very far. Looking back at the memories we've shared, you falling off your stool outside the music room because you fell asleep, the times we've laughed until we cried, especially in that Boston CVS, our little mini fights on the terrace and in biology, us being able to rap the whole VI slang song, and the countless times we've been miserable together on class and school trips are some of the things that I will never forget. You, Kirsten, and the opportunity to have been miserable with you all those times are one of a kind. Now, Reef, let me just start by saying, Squad Tarts, we made it. I can't even begin to describe the talent, the intellect, and the balance that you possess. You are an artist within your own vision, and you carry a vibe like no other. You're just a jokey, emphasis on jokey, kind-hearted, selfless, and genuine human being who I hope the world never changes. Your willingness to give with no expectation of reciprocation is something that I know all of us have valued throughout the years. And as Dr. Fraser said, you are truly anchored in all our hearts. I cherish the memories of the bomb squad affairs in math class the past 2 years, our Montessori days, the college tour last year, and every other little moment we've shared as we've practically grown up together. You are a leader and an artist who I'm sure will go very far, and I know that your parents are extremely proud of the young man you've become. I want you to remember that no matter what happens, it's you and that guitar. The rest will fall into place. Your talent, Reef, and your being is truly one of a kind. Next is Julia. I'm sure everyone will agree that as you've grown up, you really have remained the same. You've always appeared secure in being you, liking what you like and not caring what anyone else thought, and your disses also haven't changed. I do recall being called stupid head a few times, hearing your famous comeback, your face, and being one of many victims of your equally famous eye roll as well. And I just want you to know that no matter how old we get, hearing a bad word, regardless of the severity coming out of your mouth, will never be any less surprising. Your style is unmatched and original, and your ability to channel who you are in everything that you do is something that will keep your bright spirit alive. As a class, we've gotten to watch you change into someone new as we grew up, but never seeing you lose yourself. You voice your opinions regardless of how others perceive them, and you stick to what you say. Both qualities that I hope you continue to stay in touch with as you continue to grow. You are special, an artist, and a believer, and someone I can always count on to laugh at my jokes. Your bright personality is one of a kind. Then we have Tiara. You are someone who can fit in anywhere because you like everything. You can sit with the bookworms because of those 96,000-page books you like to read, the rebels because of that heavy metal, seriously alternative music you like, the sport heads, well, only if they like hockey and the Penguins, of course, and really anywhere else. We often envied how you got away with things, from dress code to getting out of PE to never attending first period this year and wriggling your way out of detentions for being late. Feel free to share your secret with me later on. But on a serious note, you've been through hell and back, through things that I'm sure not even the strongest of people could recover from. And despite it all, you remain so positive. Your resilience and your ability to remain focused through everything that life has thrown your way is something that I know we all admire about you, and a quality that I hope to one day possess. You are unapologetically yourself, and I hope as you leave school that this doesn't change about you. You are truly a soldier, and I have no doubt that as you begin your march into life, anything else that is thrown your way will be overcome. Your strength, your adaptability, and your incredible métier skills are definitely one of a kind. Next is Miriam. You were the first truly new student that we'd had in our class since the 6th grade. You joined us in January of the 9th grade. You've remained quiet, although really having come into your own as time passed. Being a new student in our class is not easy. We've known each other all too long and had thus already found our places. However, your ability to come in as a new person and just ignore us and never be something that you weren't to try to fit in is something that I've always admired. Your development as a Cedar student and as a person has been all you're doing. Moving to a new place and having to find who you were at the same time, you've managed to find your place, find your things, and your people, regardless of what the rest of us were doing. You are independent and openly so, and this is a quality that will serve you well as you continue to grow as a person. And I never want you to believe that you were not part of this class. Your independence and firm attitude is one of a kind. Then there's Christian. You joined us only this school year, but have brought so much to the class. You, like Miriam, were a completely new student, having to find your place in a class who'd already found who they were together. We've all admired how much you just didn't care. You said what you had to say and took our responses with humor and resilience. Your willingness to participate in our little class plans was so refreshing, knowing that you knew absolutely nothing about us, but you still wanted to be involved. After reading your artwork explanations at this year's art exhibition, it's clear that you have a deeper understanding of what it means to go through life, and your ability to visualize this in your own little Christian way was really charming. You are a unique person, and it has truly been a refreshing experience getting to know you this past year. You just being who you are is one of a kind. Now, Eduardo, what can I say about you? We often wondered if you even knew that school weeks do include Friday, and that school went from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., not from when you felt like it to when you didn't anymore. You have your quirks about you, only talking to people if you'd eaten breakfast, and the odd day that you did, you always knew how to get laughs out of people. You're personally like a big brother to me, and someone that I know will have my back regardless of what I need you for and when I need you. I know that everyone on the stage, all the teachers in the audience, your mom, and anyone who isn't here is so extremely proud of you for getting to this point. Let's face it, we're all kind of shocked you decided to show up at all. The best part about you is that you mean what you say, and you have a go-getter's mentality that I know will get you far in whatever it is you decide to do. You've come so far as a person, and the opportunity for all of us to have shared in your growth in any way has been one of a kind. On behalf of my mother and I, we are so proud of you, Eduardo. You did it. Now, the hardest part, Ellie. 4 years ago, when you rejoined the class, I'd never have thought that by the day we graduate, we'd have done so much together. Started traditions, ventured outside of our comfort zones, and gone on so many adventures. First of all, I'm pretty sure the amount of sushi we eat is unhealthy, and the amount of money we spend on said sushi is probably equally as terrible. But on a serious note, through it all, I've watched you grow and come into your own. The independence, the confidence, and the sense of self that you now possess are qualities that I hope you hold on to and continue to grow with. You've come so far and still have so far to go, and should you continue to progress as you have been, I know that who you become is someone we will all be proud of, someone that you can and will be proud of. I know that getting here has not been easy, going through the motions of adolescence and encountering hardships that you maybe still haven't gotten over, but I know you were strong enough and sure enough of yourself now to accomplish whatever it is you put your mind to. You are an artist, a soldier, and you've been called an expert procrastinator, and I know that all the teachers are so proud that although on your own time, you've made it here tonight. We definitely know who to call on if we ever need new, self-preserving ways to procrastinate in the future. The memories we've made this last year have seriously been some of my favorites. Your phantom vomit episodes, watching you cringe when someone says moist, your willingness to participate in anything to do with food, the Snapchats, prom, but mostly the chase-up, chase-down incident, and all the other countless little moments that have truly made this last year of school a complete experience. Thank you for always having my back. Your spirit, your journey, and most of all, your friendship are truly one of a kind. I come before you to stand behind you. Knockness and Bulleg forever. We've all learned so much about each other, about ourselves, and about the world throughout our time in Cedar School, but our journey is far from over. Tonight is just one mere forward step into the great unknown that is the future. I want to leave one more stamp on the passport that is our lives by leaving you all with this lesson that comes from the poem Desiderata by Max Ehrmann that goes as follows. Go placidly amidst the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourselves with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusions of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham and drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. And yes, Mrs. Brabant, this is cited. This poem is a message to you all that I couldn't have said any better, and advice that I couldn't even begin to express. I hope that you all have heard what it says and will take it into consideration as you go about the rest of your lives. As we go on, we will encounter times when decisions need to be made, and without fail, before you say yes, understand what you're saying no to. Don't let alternate opportunities pass you by. Your life is yours to shape and yours to mold. Once you live it to make yourself happy, there's no doubt that the sky is the limit, and I have no doubt that all of you are reaching for the stars. I'm so proud of you all and so grateful to have been able to spend these years of my life with you. You're a special group of people whom I have no doubt will go on to do great things with the qualities that make each of you who you are, and the lessons that each of you have taught me will be cherished for the rest of my days. To all the teachers, I say to you that we wouldn't be where we are standing on this very stage, graduating from the Cedar International School in 2017 if it hadn't been for all of you. Thank you for your patience, your dedication, for not giving up on us even though we wanted to, and your genuine want to see us all succeed. You all have our utmost respect, and any involvement that any of you have had in our education has not gone unnoticed and is cherished by all of us who share the stage tonight. The lessons that we take from each and every one of you will surely serve us well as we move on to this next chapter in our lives. So, to Mr. Pascoe, Mr. Crawford, Mrs. Regals, Dr. Brabant, Mrs. Brabant, Mr. Forty, Mr. Brown, Miss Johnston, Miss Gujar, Dr. Frazier, and all teachers past and present, whether in the audience or watching online, on behalf of the class of 2017, I thank you for getting us this far. We were not an easy group to put up with, but you continued to believe in us. To the parents and guardians in the audience, who would we be without you? Your support of the class and of your children has made the young men and women up here tonight who we are. We are willing and ready to move on to start our lives because all of you have instilled in us the confidence, the opportunity, and the knowledge in order to do so. Your lessons, your love, your support, and your belief in all of us are one of a kind. So, on behalf of Kirsten, Reef, Julia, Tiara, Miriam, Christian, Eduardo, and Ellie, the Cedar International School class of 2017, we out. Thank you.
Well done, Jewel. Thank you very much. Very well done. The class of 2017, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the end point for this evening, and every end point, as we've all said, is also a beginning, a new beginning for our graduates, for all of us, for all of our students. I'd really like to thank all of our honored speakers, our secondary faculty members. Thank you very much for everything you do. A round of applause for our faculty members. I see you there, I see you there, I see you there. Every day they get it done, and it's quite amazing to be a part of. All faculty members, parents, thank you very much for your support and understanding and teamwork and patience. Well-wishers and students, thank you very much. We're all very, very proud of you. Thank you to the college for tonight's venue, and again, the decorating committee, something quite special. Thank you to everyone for your support. It doesn't happen without your support, and to be honest, again, I have nothing but gratitude that I get to be a part of this and get to be part of your lives each and every year. It's something quite special for me, so thank you. Thank you to everybody. Remember, students, graduates especially, that we'll always be interested in you, wherever you are and whomever you become. We're here for you, and we'll always be interested in you. So, good evening to everyone, and have a wonderful summer holidays. Be safe, be happy, and good night. Graduates, you stay on the stage. We have gifts and pictures. Gifts and pictures for the graduates. Thank you, everyone.
Like a jar and
And a cookie from Miss Regal?
Yeah, of course.
Can I give you cookies from Miss Regals?
Congrats to you.